You already know.
You already know.
I tell you this much, hip hop is not dead. Change gonna come, just like Barack said. Money, power, respect, like the lock said. You gonna be the man in the house, my pop said. Niggas be sleep on fucking, bruh. I miss the time when niggas could spit the same freestyle at 17 different radio stations. And a nigga just drop a YouTube video of the audio.
Red rose, white ceiling. If you go to YouTube and look at any game radio freestyle, this nigga said red rose, white ceiling about 30 times, bro. 30 different freestyles, bro. This shit is hilarious.
Bro.
Start the verse off the same way. Red rose, white ceiling. It's hilarious. It's more funny if you see it though. Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah. I mean clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly, man. But what's up, yo? It's your boy Nate B.
What's up, yo? What?
I'm
what's
playing
good,
around
man?
with new intros.
The nigga said,
First
"What's
of all,
up, yo?"
You loud as shit right now, bro. You yelling. You're yelling.
Bro, I told you, am I loud? I asked you this before we started recording.
No, bro.
I'm like, not no louder. I'm not no
yes,
louder.
You are, bro. You was calm as hell. You was like, hey, bro. Then we start recording. You was like, yeah, red coupe, white ceilings. I'm like, damn, cuz. This nigga turned
Let's start over there. Let's start over. Cause my wavelengths do look loud as fuck.
Bro, your shit is huge.
My shit never be this big ever.
Like, bro, this nigga Alex yelling in the mic.
Like, damn, I just turned my gain all the way down.
Like, okay. Fuck it.
Am I too loud right now? I can't go no
good.
lower. I can't go
you
no
good,
lower.
Bro. Like Funk Flex, bro. You came in like Funk Flex.
To freedom! No, that's like my favorite fucking Nicki line. That's my favorite line more than any rap line.
What?
I said to freedom. Talking about Harriet Tubman. Oh my gosh, that shit funny.
She's in the news right now. And
what you do?
They are trying to link her to, Cardi B had to turn herself in. So they're trying to
link her to that.
Well, reports have come out. None of them have been confirmed. Okay. So I'm like, You feel me? But basically they're saying, you remember she came out on Queen Radio and was like, Cardi put a hit out on them girls. And so apparently after that, like the investigation kind of anteed up. And that was when they was like, let's go have a conversation with Cardigan Backyardigan and see what's popping. And so she had to turn herself in for beating up them strippers in the strip club. So,
hey.
And the rumor is, and this is a wild ass rumor, so I'm not even gonna act as if it's the truth, but if she did this shit, like that's petty as fuck. But they saying that Nicki paying for the lawyers of the two strippers.
I don't believe that though. I don't believe that. That's just too perfect.
That's OD petty food. Like,
yeah, like that's just no way.
Yeah, man, that shit's wild. But
hey man, shout out to the justice system.
Get it how you live. Get it how you live, bro. But I remember a time in hip hop, bro, where like rumors like that shit would have just got deaded as soon as a nigga said that shit. Like as soon as somebody came out and said some bullshit like, it's like, nah, nigga, we don't fuck with the feds, nigga. Nigga, we don't fuck with the pigs. But now, niggas is the police.
I mean, it just lets you know that it's probably just a lot of stuff that has happened in the past. We thought it was definitely one way, but shit was like really the other way. Because I feel like now it's easier for like the truth to come out because everybody's a fucking private detective, and can find out anything. But I know back in the day, probably a lot of stuff went under the radar, because it's just not as easy to go find the truth.
True.
So I'm sure that there was shit that, like you said, was like deaded. But maybe there was some shit that was deaded. Well, really, should not have been deaded.
Yeah.
It's my point.
Niggas should have been out here snitching, is what you saying.
I mean, I'm just saying it was easier to cover shit up back in the day. That's all I'm
Hip
saying.
hop police, the hip hop police, you know,
I mean,
kept shit in check. But I get it. It's just so much shit because you know Dave East had to turn himself in. Cardi B
now
had to
what?
turn herself in.
Now Dave East, he just smacked somebody, didn't he? What did he do? He
They
hit somebody.
said they said he fired on a nigga getting off like a party boat, type shit.
Damn.
And the dude who he allegedly fired on said he had no negative interaction with Dave East the entire time. As a matter of
And
fact, he said he had limited to minimal interaction with David East at the specified time, at the specified place. So, you know, I don't know, man. That shit. It's a whole lot of shit just going on. Like it's I take that back, bro. It's a whole lot of shit happening, but it ain't too much going on.
Now that's real.
Like shit is happening. Fucking
That ain't nothing. But ain't nothing happening really.
Bro. And what did Rihanna came out and told everybody to just shut the hell up?
What Rihanna mad about?
I think she just
had to drop music.
I think she just like, bruh, y'all, everybody's tripping. Everybody is fucking tripping. Niggas is jumping in her
into.
Bruh. Folks' house is getting broken into. Niggas is jumping in her DMs. She trying to teach math to children in Africa. Have you seen that picture, bro?
No, bro. No.
Bro, it's a picture. It's a picture of Rihanna teaching math to children in, like, I want to say it's Africa, but you know Africa is a continent. So I just feel like if I say Africa, it's likely an African country and I can get away with that shit. So for all of my Africans out there, you know, who will let us know that Africa is not a country, I am well aware. I am just making sure that I've covered my bases because I do not have enough information on this particular topic to really be speaking. But that's neither here nor there. So she is teaching a class and it's like a math class and the picture shows her helping a student type shit. But in the background, bro, it say 3 minus 0 is 0. And folks been going the fuck in, bro. They be like, yeah, Rihanna fine. Rihanna fine as hell and thick Rihanna A1 as hell, but what kind of new math is that? This that new math.
It's that math.
So I think, you know, it's just a culmination of a whole bunch of shit. Rihanna just like, everybody shut the hell up. But then again, as I stated before, I don't have any information on none of the shit that I'm talking about right now. So she could be actually talking about some shit and I just missed the whole mark. But we just gonna roll with what I'm saying.
I'm down with that.
That's the After 5 way. But anyway, man, let's jump into the show. So this week, the question that I'm going to pose to you is, which era in hip hop would you have preferred to either be in, like physically be in, or if you did, what made that era of hip hop, you know, the greatest of the best in your opinion?
You know, I mean, obviously, hip hop has had many eras, going from the beginning of hip hop when niggas was like hip hop. You don't stop the rock. Like I'm good. I know I'm definitely good on that. Like I'm good. Like
super
I'm glad
straight on that.
You know, I am good. Now, I mean, there's a lot of hip hop that, you know, I was not a part of. I mean, I would say that I didn't really just start listening to rap that I can actually like remember listening to until maybe the year 2000. So I feel like 2000 forward is kind of the era that I'm most familiar with. Like, I understand that people sometimes consider the 90s as the golden era, which I really just think is, just niggas from the 90s. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
when you young, whatever music popping when you young, you gonna be like, that's the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, cause I mean, Biggie and Tupac, I'm sure that was an era, but I mean, I don't know. I just think, they were just some of the most popular during the 90s. To be honest, uh, I feel like the wave that people around my age have experienced as far as um obviously people are I feel like there's a lot of, like Kanye fans and like people that just saw the beginning of that, as well as obviously Wayne's reign. Uh, I'm honestly, the wave that I've loved to be a part of and I feel like was a perfect wave was just the wave that I experienced, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? From like I said, starting with Kanye, the rise of Wayne. Um, I just think about moving to Memphis and getting hard on Gucci, you know what I'm saying? And being, big on that, starting with EA, Sports Center and just going forward. Um, I mean, I did have to go through, like we talked about in the past, the dance era.
Yeah.
That was tough. That
Snap.
was tough. Yeah, Snap. I mean, but hey, I mean, who wasn't leaning with it and rocking with it? I mean, the easiest one, you know what I'm saying? For niggas who couldn't dance, this was your chance. You know what I'm saying? You got this.
And that was
But
definitely me because I am a non being able to dance ass nigga, bro.
that's why I just don't dance. And the only time you gonna catch me dancing, I just gotta be faded. Then I get my step.
Bro,
But
you know what'll make me dance, bro? If
what, bro?
if special delivery remix come on, oh, I'm going the fuck in. Niggas is gonna be pointing and laughing and shit. I'm not gonna give a fuck, bro. Let me get off the Dusse and they drop special delivery. Oh, it's over.
You're going to the nigga said from Dusse to the dance floor. You feel me?
But carry on, my bad. I ain't
Yeah,
mean to
I mean, yeah. So we had to make it through that, but going through that, and then obviously, being there from the beginning of Drake, and especially the type of artist that he is, it's just like like that's cool to kind of grow up with that. And then also, I mean, it's just been so much great music that didn't drop, of artists that are kind of lower level but have still dropped classics, i.e. Wiz Khalifa, and the great tapes that he didn't drop. I mean, it's just to me, this has just been a great era. I mean, niggas always think about music in patches. It's just like, it was bad this time, or, like we've talked about in the past, the mumble rap shit. But it's just
yeah.
like at the end of the day, it's been so much great music that didn't drop, you know. When that Take Care dropped, J. Cole album dropped and then Take Care dropped. And then before that, Watch the Throne had dropped. I mean, I'm just like, bro, this is all just timeless music that I'm gonna listen to forever.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't really listen to that J. Cole album that often, but I will still listen to Watch the Throne. And obviously Take Care is the disputed classic. But all that to say, I'm most happiest with the current era. I mean, it's great when they cover the older era, but I like the current era or the era that I grew up in, and that could be biased, obviously.
I agree. I agree. If I had to go back and think about like my favorite era, similar to you, and I think what I'm getting ready to talk about, how would you say? I guess the era that I like the best and that I think back on and will remember falls into yours. They kind of overlap.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's the blog era, and like I guess one of the, I guess, one of the bright spots in a very sad and terrible situation with the passing of Mac was, I think people are now going back and being able to appreciate that era for exactly what it was. And I know we talked about it a little bit when, the episode after Mac passed, but when I think back to just that era as a whole, like, you got Drake in that blog era. You already said Wiz. You got B.O.B. You remember when ASAP Rocky dropped Purple Swag? Like, I remember when that video hit YouTube. And like, that shit, it was like you watched the culture shift in different directions. And I think back to like that blog era of hip hop that, those key people are now our top tier artists. When you look at Kendrick and you look at J. Cole and you look at Drake and then you look at, kind of, I don't want to say that second tier because he always get put in the second tier, but just, off to the side, you got Wale. Like, you remember B.O.B. was bumping back then. Nicki was just transitioning out of rapidy rap shit into kind of finding that pop lane.
Mm-hmm.
And, think back to like Travis Porter, Roscoe Dash, Waka Flocka. You remember Yonkers from Tyler the Creator.
Like, I remember that
Migos
shit
before
just
they
being
blew.
like,
bruh.
Like Yonkers was so weird as hell. Niggas ain't know what to think.
Bruh, niggas did not know shit.
Like, that was Tyler's big debut.
Big Crit, Kirko. That was when we first heard from YG. So it's like, what's that group, bro? I'm gonna kick myself for not remembering. The Cool Kids. You remember the Cool Kids?
Yes. Chuck English.
Yeah, coolest kid out, baby work to Chuck English. Black Mags. I remember like that whole, when I think back to what hip hop for what I feel like is gonna be our age range and our generation, that's what we gonna think back to, because their shit changed. Like, the blog era changed how we listen to music and the type of music that we listen to. It was like right on the cusp of the end of that snap era, and then right before, kind of the tail end of the blog era is like the drill takeover. So it's like you can go from, J. Cole's Sideline Story to, you feel me, Chief Keef. And it's like, when you think of those, kind of end cap tables, like I was thinking the other day, bruh, I couldn't find some shoes. I went in my closet, found my damn boots. And I was like, bro, I remember buying these fucking boots because Wale had a song called Nike Boots. Like,
said, I gotta give me a pair.
Bro, I got some black ACG boots that I still wear to this day. And if you think I'm corny, if you think I'm whack for that shit, fuck you. First and foremost. Secondly, when Wale dropped that shit, like, think about sneaker culture, bruh. Sneaker culture was always a thing, but it was in pockets. Blog era artists brought shit like that to the mainstream. Like, when I think blog era, I think a lot of people, a lot of artists who figured out a way to be okay with who they are and then putting themselves out there just to see if other people fucked with the shit they fucked with. Like, I distinctly remember niggas when I was in like high school, the end of high school, as I get ready to come into college. And then when I got to college, like, it was certain types of niggas who you knew listened to Tyler the Creator and Odd Future. Like, that was they shit. You remember Hobson? Like that was they shit. You had niggas who listened to, backpack rap. So that J. Cole what used to be Drake and that Wale type shit. Big Sean. Like then you had your people who were just chill as hell. So they was listening to Mac. They was listening to Chevy. They was listening to Wiz. Like Dom. Like it was like everything that became our culture got its roots and like spread out and became mainstream within either that era or because of the artists that came out of that era. And I think that, sadly with the passing of Mac, people are starting to go back and remember it, because I know Joe Nim was talking a little bit about it, and they were talking about, the fact that that blog era rap, bro, a lot of that music you can't even get no more. And it's like, I think me and you talked about it maybe a couple months ago. Like, it's certain songs that are on my computer right now that I can't get into my Apple Music, but I got that shit. Like, you can't go on live mixtapes and find that shit no more. You can't go on that Piff and find that shit no more. They done took all that shit off of YouTube, but it's like, bro, I have that shit. And it's like, parts of that entire era are gone. Because when the blogs died, a lot of those links died. Like, I was looking on, what was that shit? And you may be able to tell me the name, because I cannot remember the name of the website. Before we had SoundCloud, bro, if you recorded a song, you could upload it here and like just send a link, and people would have to download the shit, but you could just send them the link. Do you remember the name of that website?
I used to use a website. I believe the name of it was Mediafire. But I mean, there was a lot of websites where you could, upload tracks. I'm trying to think. I really can't remember, man.
Yeah, I understand.
That's the only one. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, my point is, a lot of those links dead.
Oh, definitely.
They dead now. So it's like some of the most fire songs that I remember that I have on like old iPods that I can't fucking get to charge. Like, cause you remember back then, bro, you could put a song on a MP3 player or iPod, and you could say that shit is whatever the fuck you wanted to. Like, it didn't have the name of the song, the artist, none of that shit. Like, whatever, if you put my shit number 2 on the song, bro, that shit is gonna save as my shit number 2. Like, bro, but yeah, man, that would definitely be my, my favorite era of hip hop, because being the age that I was then, like, did you listen to Asher Roth?
I mean, I can't say that I was like listening to him, but obviously.
But you remember the song?
Yes, I do.
That one song he had.
Correct.
I love College.
Exactly.
Bro, I Love College came on my fucking shuffle today, bro. And I realized, like, leaving work, I was like, bro, I remember listening to this song in high school and being like, bro, college gonna be fun as shit. like, bro, like looking at people who was like, man, I ain't going to college. Fuck this shit, man. Not because they couldn't afford it. Not because, you feel me, they couldn't figure out a way to get there. They was just like, man, I ain't fucking with this shit. I was like, bro, how can you hear this song? Like, even if college is half for the shit that this nigga talking about, like, bro, listen to this shit. And I remember, Friday Night Lights, like, that's the soundtrack to, like, my first years in college. I remember, Cabin Fever. Like, just, for me, I know a whole lot of mixtapes and albums and just songs, singles that came out during that time. Like, when I hear that shit, it takes me back to a place as soon as I hear that shit. And for so much other music, that, like you said, people think is iconic. I think that's why people feel like the 90s were the golden era of hip hop music, because so many of the people who control the culture right now, that music is what's that for them. Either they were making the music or they were indulging in the music then.
Correct. Like niggas my age are not like we're not gonna come up and be like, yeah, the 90s was the golden era. Like, like we gonna say that, kind of like the era that you talking about. We gonna be like, yo, that's the golden era. We gonna say, Hove is doing something amazing by still being relevant and like making his way through all these different type of eras.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, we always like the way niggas be giving respect to Pac and Biggie. I mean, we gonna give our respect to Hove, and then like, yeah, niggas like Wayne, Kanye, I mean, those two did so much. You know what I'm saying? As far as the whole scope of music, they influence so many different artists.
Yeah.
I really don't know who else I'm gonna put up there with them. Because I feel like Drake and them is like next. They're like right under Wayne and Kanye. Not to say that they bigger, but I just in terms of chronological order.
And I think they're the children of those. Like if I had to think about a big three that controlled music for me in my lifetime so far, it would have to be Hov, Ye, and Wayne. Solely because, like you said, their imprints are all over music today. Like when I see Drake as big as Drake, and I think when it's all said and done, Drake's probably gonna be the biggest rap star that has ever lived. Because if you take the most successful rapper that has ever lived in Hov, you take one of the most respected and heralded rappers that has ever lived in Wayne, and then you take the amount of impact that somebody like the old Kanye had during a time when, the culture really needed something like that, and you put all of those shits into one person, you got Drake.
But do you think, let me ask you, because, let's think like Hov's run to me has been incredible. Like it's been incredible in rap. So it's like, I know that Drake is having a great run, but I don't just think he gon' I can't for sure say that he gonna surpass what Hov has done in rap. Like I don't know. Like Jay-Z got what 11, 12 number one albums. I mean, it's like that's just ridiculous.
But see, the thing of it is when we look back on Drake's run and we look back and compare it to Hov's run, we not gonna move the field goals. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna look at them as if they're equal, and they not. And that's what I mean, like, because 20 years from now, whoever the hot artist is then, and if they blow up and, do all of this as far as numbers go, the comparison between what they are doing in 2038 to what Hov was doing in 08 is going to be, miles and miles of difference. Like when I think about what Hov was able to do on September 11th, 2001, in a time where you had to physically go to a store and purchase a CD in order to get your sales. And this nigga still did what he did in a fucking moment of infamy that will live forever in the United States of American history also happened. It's like, I feel what you're saying. The difference between, well, not the difference, the issue is we don't think, when we think back on shit like that, we don't measure it in feeling. We measure it on tangible things like numbers and sales and accolades. But if we go back and we assess those feelings, like what was going on, I don't know if there will ever be an artist that can generate the type of feeling that Hove has been able to do. And I think, and we can transition here, like with Wayne, like we was wrong as shit about the Carter 5. Like,
damn right.
Like, wrong as hell. But I think that refers back to kind of what you saying. When we look at those three, like, we ain't heard from Wayne in God knows how long. So when Wayne dropped, people going because they curious. And then when they hear it and they hear that, oh, this is Wayne. And they like, oh, it's over with. Like, bro, when I was listening to that shit and I said, oh yeah. yeah. I started the section and was like, yeah, bro, we in for a long week. Cause we was wrong as shit. And then when the projections came out, I was like, this nigga is going to do 10 times what I said.
I mean, I was just like, I thought I was misreading that shit. I was like, hold on, bro. I know niggas ain't saying Wayne about to do over 500K.
Bruh.
I'm like, what? Hey, but you know, I just clearly just did not have a clear grasp on how much niggas been, you know, waiting to hear Carter 5 and, you know, how niggas really was going to go out, you know, and buy this shit. And listen to this shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing, bro. I think you have a segment of people, let's say of that 5, because I think the end number was like 540 something. So like of those 540, let's say 140 of those people genuinely came and was like, bro, I'm going to listen to the Carter 5 because I've been waiting on this shit for years. I think once one person listens and they like, oh, this shit is fire. And then you have another person who's like, oh, the old Wayne back. Now people are intrigued. I think a lot of those people came in just to be curious. Cause I think like a couple weeks ago, I was like, bro, I am not checking for no fucking Lil Wayne album in fucking 2018. But boy, when that link dropped, niggas dropped the link in fucking group me to the Apple Music. I said, let me click this shit really quick.
Got to, bro.
So, you know,
and it was a pleasant surprise, man.
I was, you know, what do you give the album? Because we've had, you know, some time to sit with it and listen. What do you give the album? Pros, cons, critiques, you know, champions. What do you think of the Carter 5?
I mean, well, you know, honestly, I do think I need a little bit more time with it. But you know, I just recently gave something a 3.5. What was that? What was our rating when I gave that? Do you remember? I'm trying to just compare this. I can't. If you don't, then, you know, I just remember telling you recently something was a 3.5 out of 5.
It was something that just dropped.
You know, I can't remember, but maybe I'll remember later. But you know, it's like this album, you know, it's just not something that I'm just gonna be having in rotation like that. You know, it was definitely, you know, it had its moments. You know, it was straight, man. Like, I don't know. like it's not like it, you know, knocked my socks off. It ain't like it jumped into the top 5 albums of the year for me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it was better than expected, and you know, it just was just more proof of, you know, that Wayne still can rap with any nigga in the game currently. Some stuff be kind of, I don't know, kind of cringy to me, some of the lines. But for the most part, it's it was a pretty solid, man. It was a pretty solid album. I kind of want to give this 3.5 out of 5, which
Okay.
to me is like solid.
Yeah.
Like 4 would be like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to give it pretty good yet, but maybe I will later.
I think that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it too. Uh, maybe like a 3.
Okay.
I like some of the songs. I got the fact that he was telling us a story of everything that's happened from the last time we've heard him. And some of the songs left me wanting more. Some of the songs I feel like we could have done without. Or if we were gonna get it, I wish it would have been paired differently. If that makes sense. Like I think, you give us 23 songs. Yeah, we've been waiting on this shit, but I would have preferred, kind of like with Scorpion, I would have preferred for him to give us 12 to 15 great songs that as soon as I finish listening to it the third or fourth time, I'm like, yeah, this is right up there with Carter 3. Like I would have preferred that because I feel like based off what I heard, it had the potential. But I can also kind of hear, some of these songs were maybe recorded not recently. Like I don't want to say it's dated because it doesn't. To me, it doesn't sound dated. I can just tell this may not have been. This was a song from one of the original versions of the Carter 5. Mm-hmm. And when I say, it left me wanting more on some of them, when he's talking about his impact on hip hop, if I'm hearing Wayne talk about the impact that he's left on hip hop and rap music, I want to hear Wayne talk that shit. I don't really feel like Wayne really was talking that shit. Like when I think of that, when I hear that song, I think it's called Dedicate. I think that's it.
I believe so. The one that's got the 2 Chainz hook.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Wayne, it wouldn't be. Mm-hmm. Like when I hear that shit, bro, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be Wayne's What More Can I Say? Like this is Wayne finna go off. And it's like I got humble brag. And I get it, but it's like we ain't heard from you. Niggas was doubting you. Hell, I was one of the niggas that was doubting you. So like when I hear you like come for me, cuz talk that shit to me like nigga, you must forgot, cuz I forgot. And when he didn't, I just think it was a near miss for me on that song. I like the song. I just wish he could have came harder. And then other songs, like Demon, for instance, I fuck with that tough. I fuck with Dope New Gospel. Even is that a sample?
What, Dope New Gospel?
Yeah, is that a sample of Never Would Have Made It? Or is that a sample of the Chance the Rapper version of Never Would Have Made It? Like
no, that's a sample of the real version.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with the Nivea feature, giving me, flashbacks of, the past, blast from the past. I fuck with, the Ashanti shit. For real. I really fuck with Dope Niggas. It just kind of felt like it was Smile Bitch Part 2.
I mean, it is Snoop. I mean, that's just what he on right now.
Yeah. Uh, what else we got? Did you like Dark Side of the Moon with Nicki?
I did, but I like Nicki though.
Yeah. What did you think about her vocals?
Her singing, it was fine.
So who you taking on the album singing wise? Are you taking Nicki's vocals or Regine's vocals?
Regine's vocals. I think they did a good job of, studioizing, her vocals. I mean, it made the song sound legit, you know what I'm saying? It was like I felt like, I felt like Regine's like friend who like know that she don't really sing like that. And then, you listen to the song, you be like, they made that sound good.
Girl,
shit. Like they got you sounding like you been doing this,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was straight, man. It was straight, man. So on this song, on the last song, Let It All Work Out, man. This beat, they sample Sampha, but I actually made a beat with this same sample like 3 years ago, bro. This shit was hard.
For real?
But unreleased, man, unreleased. So then I hear it away, and I'm just like, damn. That's always tough, man.
So that's your beat, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, so pretty much niggas trying to be like me.
Damn, cuz. You could have been on the Carter 5.
Damn. And I think my beat a little better than the one that's on the album, but I digress.
Hey. We'll release it so the world can hear
it. Yeah, So y'all gonna get a snippet right now, world premiere of this beat I made 3 years ago.
Let it all work out. 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 Let it all work out.
How old are you? I'll be like premiere. If y'all remember when videos used to premiere on TV, world premiere of a music video on television.
Yeah, you gotta
let used to be ready for that,
bruh. You hear the little shit. You know how old movies used to start with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 shit. That shit used to come on. Yeah, man. Is Mona Lisa your standout on the album?
I mean,
it's a follow-up question to that.
I just think it's a standout because of obviously just the structure of the song. I mean, but I don't know. Like, I guess I really wasn't just feeling it like everybody else is feeling it. But I respect the creativity and all that. But I don't know. I actually would have wanted a better song from Wayne and Kendrick. Like maybe another rap. But I mean, that is the route that they took. That's their art, so I respect that. And it was straight. It was straight. I mean,
so who? Because I've seen, full out debates on social media platforms about who out rapped who. did the master outshine the student, or did the student outshine the master? So from your perspective as both, a rapper in your own right, as well as just, a fan, who you think got the best of who?
I mean, it's hard to say that because, it's like sometimes it's like, like I was just talking about the structure of the song. You know what I'm saying? Like they're both kind of storytelling. They're both very good storytelling rappers. Um, as far as what they've made in the past. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me to just say like, yo, like such and such killed such and such, because I mean it's like the purpose of the song was not really to like kill it. It was more so to, tell the story in a way that's enjoyable for the listener, you know. So I don't know. I mean, you know, when it comes to Kendrick, like I talked to my oldest brother about Kendrick. He don't like Kendrick because he just like, man, I don't want to hear you know, the different voices and shit. Like he just can't fuck with it. Like he just like, I don't fuck with that nigga. So I feel like there's probably a lot of people who really don't rock with Kendrick for different stuff like that. Like you can still speak with a whole bunch of people who, would not listen to an album like, you know, then with To Pimp a Butterfly. I know plenty of people who didn't like it at all. And he's kind of displaying that, and I know for some people that they don't really like that. Like some people fake like it, but they don't like it. So I mean that may be held against Kendrick a little bit, but like I said, in terms of your question, it's hard for me to say like such and such out rap such and such. I think they both did a good job of telling a story because it was just more of a story being told.
I get that a lot, and I don't know if you and I get to our top 3 classic albums this later on the list today or not, but that's kind of why I think people look at Kendrick the way that they do. But I think a lot of people have looked at Wayne, as his career has progressed, because I think a lot of that comes from him. The changes in your voice, and I think that's what makes them effective storytellers. Like listening to Mona Lisa, I pictured that entire situation. So they did their job. I think for me, lyric wise, I think Wayne, if we're going verse for verse, Wayne outdid Kendrick lyric wise. Delivery, though, I think Kendrick far exceeded Wayne. I think that's partly due because, like you said, that's kind of what he does. But secondly, I think the frame in which his verse had to be written, similar to you, I don't know if it's a fair comparison. If I just got to go verse for verse, lyrics for lyrics, delivery versus delivery, I think Kendrick wins delivery, Wayne wins verse. And I think that creates an amazing song. Like I really fuck with Mona Lisa, but I like songs that tell a story that while I'm listening to it, without even thinking, I'm visualizing everything that's happening. I'm seeing everything that is going on from what they're saying. And I think that's what really makes music come to life for people. And so I like songs like that. No, it's not gonna be, a radio smash. It ain't gonna be a single. It ain't gonna be some shit. But it's like, one of those. It's definitely one of those that when we think about the Carter 5, I think we're gonna think about Mona Lisa. We're gonna think about what's the song with XXX Tenacion?
Don't Cry.
We're gonna think about Don't Cry. Cause that shit was a little coming out of that intro and then going into Don't Cry, that shit was a little scary.
She was hard to me.
Like, not saying it ain't hard. I'm just saying, knowing that he's no longer here and hearing the emotion in the performance that he put on the song, and then, like I said, coming out of, I love you, Dwayne, like that shit was, that was a lot, bro. That was a lot to start the damn album off.
But I got a question though. So this uproar challenge, been popping off. Have you seen this? Have you been seeing this?
Yes.
But my whole thing is, do niggas not remember Green Ranger? From Dedication 4 with J. Cole? Do niggas not remember that song? I mean, it was the same sample. And on that sample, Wayne was like, I don't even like this beat. But then it's pretty much a beat on the Carter 5. The niggas know what I'm talking about.
That special delivery, right?
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
That's the fucking sample. So
that's the one that's gonna have you on the floor.
Bruh, give me on the Dusse, nigga. Like, bruh, what's fucking crazy is, I don't know if it was Saturday's episode or maybe last Wednesday's, bruh. So Joe Nim played Special Delivery, but it was this week's episode, matter of fact. He played Special Delivery, but he started out playing the remix. And my nigga got frustrated because he's like, nigga, I don't want the fucking remix. I want the actual Ghostface don't get you ready to dance. But bruh, Ghostface be having me lit, bruh. Like, tried to get rid of me.
Fuck the whole industry. Tried to get rid of me. Y'all must be kidding me.
Fuck the whole industry.
Turn the mic up, man. I'm like, why can't a nigga give me a beat this hard?
Bruh, when I heard the Sonic rings, I was like, oh, this is it. This is fucking it right here.
But I'm saying, though, niggas don't remember the Green Ranger, though. The niggas...
Uh-oh.
DJ Drama, the GOAT shit talker.
When this shit dropped, I was like 16, trying to get some hit from a mixed thing. Big dream, say goodbye to Rip James. Nigga got a job, had my little wide. Worst fear was getting robbed for my last 50.
Look, I can't even not bob to this shit.
Bruh, like, what's fucked up, bruh, is it's like young motherfuckers, bruh. If you start playing this shit, they'll be like, bruh, what the fuck is this? Like,
no, niggas, I feel like I don't care how young you are. Bruh. This shit drop, nigga, you moving to that shit.
Like, you gotta move, bruh.
Like, you got to.
It's like how Headsprung was for us.
No, nigga, no. That's only Joe. I'm not bobbing to fucking Headsprung.
Nah, nigga, I'm talking about, you feel me? No. We don't really fuck with Headsprung.
Exactly.
We know if Headsprung come on, niggas gonna be like, damn, nigga, I know this shit by accident. Like, it's one of them just that you kind of embarrassed to fucking know. Cause I got in the car with my girl the other day, bro. She was like, I got that heat for you. I'm like, okay, Bay on the Ox. Bro, she dropped Headsprung food.
Bay on the Ox.
She dropped that Headsprung. She was like, don't act like you ain't fuck with this when it dropped. I was like, I didn't. I did not.
I did not.
But I know the words, which is embarrassing me right now. So, but yeah, man. So what we got up next, bro? You want to take the people to Twitter court?
Yeah, man. Let's take the people to Twitter court.
These are their stories.
So, I want to bring up something actually that you sent me. But I also did see it on the timeline before you actually sent it to me. But this was going around. It was a note left. So let me set this up for you. So the caption is, "Y'all leaving this for your man?" You know, a question for women. The note says, "Babe, I know you worked hard all week, so I'm giving you a break this weekend. Live your best life. Have fun. P.S. Call me Monday. There are 2 condoms, and it looks like about $400 in cash." Uh, so I go back to the question. Y'all leaving this for your man? Now, it was a lot of different answers. I'm gonna go ahead and say, if I come home and see this, I'm just gonna be like, damn, like my girl definitely, is cheating. Like it's not, it wouldn't even be another thought for me. Not that it would be confirmed, but that's just what's gonna be the first thing that pop into my head. And of course, the first comment was, she's cheating. You got some niggas that's like, I would love for this. You got some women like, hell no. I think most women are like, hell no. But I'm sure there's women that do this all the time. But Nate, if you coming home and you see this note, from your girl, and it's like, damn, she gave me $400 and some condoms. I'm like, you want me to get a prostitute or something? Like, what the fuck? Cash and condoms, like what the fuck? But she like, yeah, go have fun. I mean, how you gonna feel about that in that moment? Are you gonna be happy?
No. It's either a setup.
It's not either a setup. It's a fucking setup.
No, bro. It's either a setup or the woman in question has cheated, and this is her way of clearing her conscience.
Exactly.
Like that's the only two thoughts that come to mind if I'm like, bruh, like any man who sees this shit, unless you got one of them D-Ray Davis type relationships, bruh.
Hey, who the nigga in the NBA who had 2 girls?
Lou Will.
Yeah.
Oh, Lou Will. Yeah, man. Unless you a Lou Will, D-Ray Davis type nigga, bruh, this shit is a red flag. If you come home, like we just talked about last week, like a nigga would never do this.
No.
It don't matter how many it don't matter how many women a nigga messes with. He don't want none of them women fucking with nobody else. So when I look at it from that perspective, right? As a man, you come home and see this letter, you do not need to get excited.
No, I would be devastated. I would be devastated.
Nigga, what?
I call my girl immediately.
Like,
what the fuck is this? What is this?
Hey babe, what's
this
you
on
got a
the
second real quick? What's going on? What is happening? Because I'm
babe,
confused.
Babe, it's just I've been seeing, you've been stressed out, and I just want you to have fun.
Buy me a massage chair. Don't buy me condoms.
I know what you want. And don't feel embarrassed. I know what you want. I'm not gonna be mad.
Clearly you do
I'm not gonna be mad.
I'm not gonna be mad. That's red flag number 2 right there. I'm not gonna be mad. Definitely she's going to be mad.
Not only is she gonna be mad, she's gonna be pissed.
Pissed that you even thought that she wouldn't be mad, number 1. And then that you had the audacity to do that. Bruh.
Like, this was a joke. I would never do this.
I don't even do shit like this. I don't even like bitches. And you thought I was just gonna give you permission? First of all, I don't give you permission to do shit. Yeah, man, that shit. Nah, cause niggas, if you get this, bruh, you need to either A, prepare the bed like Boys to Men on bended knee, or you just gotta go and leave the whole relationship, bro. You just gotta throw the whole relationship away. Cause if she's willing to set you up to go fuck other women solely because you stressed, quote unquote, and give you money to procure whatever it is that you need to procure, she don't give a fuck about you no more, bro.
I'm like, bro, why? It's like, I'm gonna be like, okay, like I'm stressed. Like, why? I mean, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing the job? Like, why are you telling me to go get it from somebody else? Like, I'm just so confused.
She's either mentally checked out, physically checked out, both mentally and physically checked out, or she got another nigga on the side and she just trying to physically give you an excuse to go mess with somebody else so she can be like, all right, you know what? I think it's time we call this quits. Like,
it just ain't shit.
I was blown away,
I never get
bro.
that note. I hope I never get that note. That's when I'll know.
Bruh, you get that note, bruh. That shit, like, cause you know it's always niggas who, you know, gonna show off for the social media talking about, yeah, man, need to get you a chick like this who understand, you know, we'll be smashing hoes together, looking at talking about how thick bitches is on the gram and shit. All this shit cool.
Fuck them together.
Until you do it by yourself, or she fuck around and do it without you. And now you hurt. Now you hurt somewhere sitting in the corner crying. Cause you ain't got your feelings hurt and shit. Cause you thought this shit was bro. She don't love you, bro. Any woman who will hand you other pussy on a platter with no thought to, you know, indulge herself, or even, you know, for the super freaks out there, you know, who may like to watch they person do something with somebody else. If they just like, you know what, here, go do whatever it is you want to do, they don't care about you, bro.
Or maybe these hoes out here just insecure, and the ones that are secure don't mind they man being with another woman. You know what I'm saying? If she don't mind giving her man a free weekend, or if she do mind giving her man a free weekend, she's clearly insecure. Clearly,
yeah. So
you know what I'm saying?
Now, my question for people like that is, okay, so you write this letter, right? Give your nigga some Magnum condoms and $400. Tell him to have a great weekend. Weekend is over, right? You know, Sunday. He pick you up from church. He pick you up for church. Y'all in the car. What happens now? Like, let's say this is completely, you know, not a drill. This is not a joke. She's being 100% serious. What the fuck happens? Let's say it's Monday. What the fuck happens Monday when he starts a new week? Mm-hmm. How is that interaction, bro? Like, do you ask, so what you do this weekend? Or do you just go on ignorantly about your day like nothing has happened, knowing absolutely nothing about what this nigga was out here doing?
The woman is definitely going to ask. Like, she's definitely going to ask. I mean, no respectable man should offer up the information willingly. You know, if you are any type of respectable man, you don't bring that up. You call her on Monday. You like, yeah, babe, I mean, you coming home? I mean, what's up? Like, or wherever she was. I don't know how the arrangement was set up. Nigga, if she left for the weekend, she definitely cheating. Like,
oh, yeah.
Question. But, you know. But she definitely gonna ask, and you know, you just gotta be like, man, no. You be like, nah, I ain't do nothing, no matter what you did, and then you in the clear, my nigga.
No, you're not.
But here go the thing: if she cheating, that's gonna make her feel really guilty. Then hopefully she just tell you at that point.
But no, bro, because this is what a woman is gonna do. She's gonna ask you, right? You say nothing, then she's gonna want proof. So if she left you,
my niggas.
So if she left you 4 condoms, she gonna want to see all 4 of them bitches.
I gave them to my niggas.
If she gave you $400,
she gonna want to, baby. Thank
she
you.
Gonna want to see the receipts of what you spent the money on.
Straight drinks, man. We turned up.
Like,
with my niggas, I bought everybody drinks.
Bruh, a woman is not finna. A woman who cares about you is not finna play with your ass like that, bruh.
A woman who care about you never gonna give you this note.
I mean, you know, I can only speak for myself and say that I have never experienced a woman who would do something of this sort. Not saying that there aren't women out there who would do this and who may do this and think everything's cool. I just ain't never, you feel me? And that ain't even, like I said, bro, that's not even something that if you really care about somebody or somebody really cares about you, that ain't even some shit that you would want
at all. So these hoes ain't loyal, man.
I
Like
mean,
Chris Breezy said.
That's what Chris Breezy said. That is what he said.
Hey, real briefly, that song, bro, was so fucked up. You know, for all broke niggas out there. Like, when a rich nigga wants you and your nigga can't do nothing for you, these hoes ain't loyal, man. It's like, damn, because I ain't got no money, he ain't loyal. Damn. And niggas like Chris Brown see it firsthand. Can you imagine having your girl taken by like a celebrity nigga? Like on the spot, like you went to the club with her and she left with another nigga. Or you ever see them videos of like
Bruh.
you know, Trey Songz bringing a girl on stage or some shit?
I have seen
Like-
that shit. And that's when you gotta have a conversation before you even get in the concert.
Slick.
Like,
that has to be
like
talked
you
about.
if this nigga tries to bring you on stage,
You are refusing.
you are
refusing.
saying no.
I don't care.
You are saying no.
I don't care if this is your favorite. I don't.
You will say no. This
You
will
will.
not be a thing.
And if they try to push you into it, that's when you need to get upset about it.
Oh
Be
yeah,
like, no.
no, that's when you got a whole ass snap. Oh,
Like don't
So
be
you-
like, well, okay, I
Nah,
won't do.
bro.
I won't do nothing, baby.
This is not the time for you to bow down to the queen. This is the time for you to assert your manhood and say, "Look, you ain't going on that goddamn stage." Now I don't give a fuck
Because you know
what you want to
when
do.
when you get up there and that nigga, you know, pick you up and you know throw your
How
legs
I'm,
around
how
him.
I'm explaining
What you
this
gonna
in the
do?
water cooler.
That's first of all, niggas gonna get it on video. I know you ain't gonna fight yourself off the nigga and be like,
Nah.
no, what are you doing? I don't want this.
Nah, you gotta
You're
be
not
like,
gonna do that. You gonna be smiling.
I got a man.
You gonna be smiling. You gonna be cutting your eyes back at me. I'm gonna be gone. What you don't know? I'm gonna be. The moment I see that, I'm gonna just throw my hands up and just. I'm walking out of the facility. I'm gonna text her. It was great.
She not even your girl no more, bro.
She never was my girl. My nigga. Never was. Clearly.
I just can't, bro. I do not know how would a nigga feel like that, bro? Like a nigga take your chick on, like, what's the movie about? It's on Netflix. It's about World Star, like the World Star movie or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like part of that's in the movie, bro. Like the girl who he been in love with this whole time, they goes to this French Montana concert. This nigga French Montana brings her on stage. Like he done spent damn near the whole movie trying to track her down, just for French to bring her on stage and do exactly what you just said. And it's like now he got to sit there with the Kevin Hart I ate ass face.
Damn. Like damn. Hey, it is a real video out there. If y'all want to just take a look at it of French Montana somewhere like with his niggas. Man, was it French Montana or Waka Flocka? No, I think it was French Montana. He was with his niggas, and then this nigga came up with his girl, and they just wanted a picture. But then the girl was trying to get a picture with French, like just them two. But then like the niggas all got in a picture and they was like hella disrespectful, touching on her, putting their tongue near her breast, like her niggas right there. And he didn't. It's not like he just let it go completely, but it's just like it's you and your girl, and then it's like 5 other niggas who just extremely disrespectful, like fuck you and your girl, nigga, like some shit like that. But it's an interesting video, man. Y'all should check it out.
Yeah, that shit hurt. That shit hurt a nigga heart, bro.
And the girl, she was just, I don't know. I just need my girl to not, compromise herself for a celebrity. Like, if this was a random nigga doing this, it don't matter how good the nigga look, you wouldn't, allow no disrespect, So I would expect the same.
But you can't fight a nigga with security,
nigga.
bro.
That's true. I mean, I ain't trying to fight a nigga, but my girl need to. My point is, I shouldn't have to fight a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Unless a nigga just doing just some, saying some shit or, you know what I'm saying? Just be, out of hand type disrespect. Then I might have to, get that thing out.
It's the shit just so fucking funny, bro. Like, it's funny as hell when you watching somebody else do it or go through it. But if you put yourself in that situation, you like, man, come on, fool. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. This shit fucked up, bro.
Like, damn. When somebody you love do something you don't expect them to do, you be like, damn.
Leave you for Trey Songz in front of 50,000 people.
Like, you on stage like that, you sitting in his lap though.
Oh, so you just gonna do the trick. You gonna do the trick in front of all these people. Huh? That's
so you going
your
backstage
voice started
now.
cracking and shit. Oh, okay.
I'm going back, baby. I'll be back. He said I can't bring nobody with me. I'll be back.
Bro.
I'll be like, bet I won't be back. Like,
matter of fact,
don't even worry about it. Just stay with the nigga.
Yeah, just
shit,
make
sure
sure
fuck him.
Make sure that nigga get you. Make sure that nigga get you back to the house. And bro, you just said something, bro. Because I saw a tweet today, and I know, bro, we've been on Twitter court for a long time. But I saw a tweet, bro, that was like, women never really lose they hoes. A woman can stop fucking with a man, be in a whole relationship for 5-6 years, come back, and that man is still gonna fuck with her.
Duh. Cause niggas don't give a fuck about y'all. Like, y'all be saying that shit. Like, y'all think that it mean that niggas like fuck with y'all, but it's really cause niggas don't give a fuck. It's just like, if you giving pussy, man, that's just such a harsh term to use on this podcast. I mean, are we cleaning up the image or not? Nah, but if you having sex with a nigga, like, and especially if y'all have like a rapport, you and this nigga, like, it don't matter. Like, if you come back in the life and be like, yo, like, what's good? Like, niggas always gonna be like, what's good? Like, what's up? Like, you already know the deal, hey. So what's up?
Hey.
What a nigga supposed to be like, damn, nah, bro, I don't even mess with her like that no more.
Nah.
Like, unless y'all fell out about some shit, which is very unlikely, it's gonna be straight. Niggas always gonna pick back up where they left off.
Yeah, but a girl though, nah. A nigga go get in the whole relationship, come back to that. Nah, where your little girlfriend at?
I'll be like, quit fronting. Like, you've been waiting on me to drop my girl. If you giving me the time of day right now, like, don't even front.
Ain't nobody checking for your ass no more. Go be with your little girlfriend.
I'll be like, bet. So can I come through? Okay.
The door's unlocked. The door's unlocked.
she not gonna. So I think it's the same. They gonna give you the pushback. You know what I'm saying? Just like a nigga might, kind of give you the pushback, but most likely he just playing.
Because
like,
of pride.
Gonna be like, damn, where your nigga at? Like, where your nigga? Where David at? I'm not with David anymore. Oh shit. So that's why you hit me up.
Damn,
okay.
Bro. Okay.
Okay, so you trying to be with me now.
I'm the rebound guy, huh? That's what you telling me.
I mean, I'm just, what I'm saying?
Nah, you know what she'll do? She'll be like, you know what? I knew I shouldn't even, you feel me, hit you up like that. Cause niggas ain't shit. And you be like, bro.
The nigga always gonna be like, hold on. I'm just playing with you,
baby girl.
What you doing right now?
We can talk. Did he hurt you?
I never hurt you like David hurt you, baby.
Hell nah, bro. That shit is wild.
Because I do got a girl now.
Oh, shit, man. Did we talk about Bill Cosby last week?
What's there to talk about? This nigga. Like, this nigga's going to jail.
Oh, he's in jail. He's not in like... My nigga is in the state penitentiary, bro. Like, he not in like city jail. He not in the county jail. He not even in the Fed. My nigga is in the state pen.
They ain't had to do Bill like that, bro.
In Gen Pop, chilling.
But I mean, it is what it is, man. Clearly there's a lot going on in the past. I mean, they sent him to jail for something, that I guess recently happened. I've been hearing a lot of back and forth, about certain people feeling bad for him. And obviously certain people like, yeah, he deserve it. And then you also got people like, well, shit, if Bill in jail, why ain't such and such in jail? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, no matter what Bill Cosby means to our quote unquote culture, as far as him being just I don't know. The nigga is just a prominent sitcom dad. I just don't know what it's like. Bill Cosby is like heralded, but it's like for what? Like he was a comedian. Obviously I'm young, so it's hard for me to really know kind of who Bill Cosby was in his prime. But I know the niggas being the dad from the Bill Cosby show, and also the other show they had. What was that called? The Huxtables? I don't know. When he was when it was just him and Felicia Rashad. I don't know.
I don't
Beside
even
the
remember
point.
that shit.
Remember they had a little another show where what's it called? A spinoff. They had a spinoff.
A Different World?
No, not A Different World. This one was focused on Bill Cosby. I think it was called The Huxtables, bro. They used to go into a lot of shit because he was a doctor. They used to have scenes at the hospital. You don't remember this, bro?
I don't remember that, Chief.
Damn, bro. But yeah. So I guess my point is, like, what? I don't understand why he just so heralded anyway. Is there something that I'm just forgetting that he like really did for our people, other than just display a I guess wealthier picture of a black family and make them relatable on the television screen. And also beside the fact the niggas, he did he's been accused of doing some bad things. It's hard for all these accusations to come forward and him not be guilty at all. And nigga went to trial and was found guilty, man. Gotta do the time. But he'll be out in no time. So it ain't no worry.
Yeah, they say he probably gonna only do 3 of them 3 years, and then
I doubt he do
3
three,
years
bro.
he'll probably do like 1159.
Yeah. That nigga gonna be out next year, bro. That money.
I don't know, cuz.
But hey, Bill Cosby, man. it's like I be wanting to just because I always just be like shout out to whatever. But I ain't want to say shout out to Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
I ain't
you
know what
cannot.
to say.
You can't do
Like,
shout out
yeah,
to Bill Cosby.
Shout out to man. I can't believe you don't remember the show I'm talking about though.
Nigga, what is the name of the show?
I want to say it was called The Huxtables, bruh. The Huxtables. And it was just focused on them.
Let me get my Googles up real quick.
That could not be the name. I'm definitely gonna confirm it for you.
Yeah, I just typed in the Huxtables TV show and the Cosby Show came up.
Damn, what was the bruh, this show, I feel like it wasn't the Cosby Show. It was called something else.
The Cosby Show spinoff. So let's look at A Different World.
Maybe I'm losing my mind, man.
I believe you might be.
Nah, bro. I can't be, right? There had to have been another show.
Yeah, A Different World.
Nah, bro, it wasn't A Different World. I never watched A Different World, by the way. I don't think I've seen one episode. Maybe one.
You still ain't seen Black Panther, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no. I did finish Ozark though.
Don't tell me.
Shit good.
Cosby.
Cosby.
I think that's the name of the song of the show. Let me look. Yes, Cosby. That's the name of the show. It had Sinbad on it, Dougie Doug, Journey Smollett, and Felicia Rashad.
All right. I don't think it was a spinoff of the Cosby Show.
Yeah, it was just another show.
He did.
Yeah. Yeah, man. My nigga said the Huxtables.
Hey, that shit sound hard though. I should have been a writer.
You a funny nigga, bro.
Like instead of the Cosby Show.
You been keeping up with this Kavanaugh hearing?
I like beer. I still like beer. Yeah, this nigga Kavanaugh's a fool. Like, how do niggas not just think all this shit is just? I mean, I understand it's serious because it's a woman accusing him of assault, but getting past that, like, shit is just hilarious, bro. America is just too funny right now. Like beginning with the election of our president, shit has just been wild.
Y'all president. I don't
like
know that nigga.
Yo president.
That nigga text me today like we was cool, bro. Nigga, don't text me.
First of all,
don't text my phone, bro.
This shit was not a text. This shit coming through if your phone on airplane mode, my nigga. That's how legit that shit is.
I was like, nigga, what?
Kavanaugh, man, he a fool, man. I don't know why this nigga came through with so much energy. My nigga was like, dog, y'all have ruined the past 2 weeks of my life with this bullshit. I ain't do none of this shit. Yeah, we was drinking beer. That's what we did. You know what I'm saying? Woman like, bruh, y'all know what y'all did. Hey, but she not helping her case. I mean, and I'm not dismissing, her accusation.
Here we go.
I don't know. It's obviously
like it is blinking.
It's shaky. It's obviously shaky on both sides. I don't know who to believe. Honestly, I don't know who to believe. I'm not saying I believe Kavanaugh, but I don't know who to believe. I really don't know what's fact. I feel like there's just no solid argument on either side.
Mm-hmm.
But just thinking about the point of like, okay, well, why would she bring it up? It's like, what does she have to gain? And just bringing this up, like she ain't doing no interviews. She ain't, or at least obviously not yet. But I don't know. Like
they said that in like I was saying before, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I know this to be true. From what I've read, it's a similar situation. Like, you remember the Larry Nassar situation where the girl came back. Yeah, and the girl came back and said, little girls grow up to be women who come back to tear your whole world apart. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's what people are hinting at that she is, effectively doing.
I mean, but still though. I mean, I can, like I said, it's not that I don't believe her. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's like she really don't have no reason to come out and say this unless it was something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read something that was just like, damn, who said this? Or it was quoted as somebody saying, who has a bigger reason to lie? I think it was maybe Stephen King. In this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like the woman or Kavanaugh. And it's like, obviously Kavanaugh. But, when I think about a Supreme Court justice, like, I'm like, this a nigga y'all wanted to be on the Supreme Court?
like, the fact that we even are having this conversation.
Yeah, like, what is
First
good?
of all.
And everything just getting blamed, and because in his speech, he's just like, this is just, a plot from extreme left wing and, it's revenge from the Clintons. And I'm like, oh, why is this? I'm just so done with these niggas. Like, I'm just so done with our whole regime right now that's in the White House. And I don't know, man. It's just wild.
I think this Kavanaugh situation it's a peculiar situation because niggas are really at a point where you don't know who you can fucking believe. And I know on State of the Culture, people were coming at Scotty Beam for being as passionate as she was about the situation. Because Remy Ma basically came out and was like, a lot of what you said, like the lady's story, I think her name is Beth. Her story is not, she can recall very specifically certain things, but she just doesn't remember other very important details. And so Remy Ma was saying, the way that the system is set up, people can come out and say whatever, and you can be held liable for some shit that may or may not even be true. And so, Scotty Beam, because she's had to deal with, a situation where she was almost raped. But she got out of the situation. So she was very, passionate about the fact that, you shouldn't, these people who have been through these traumatic experiences shouldn't have to prove them or prove it to anybody. And then when they have to, to seek the justice that they deserve, people forget about all of the pain and heartache that these people have to relive because of it. So I know that sparked a lot of conversation on Twitter and Instagram, especially behind, how do we have an effective conversation about how to determine when somebody is telling the truth? Because I mean, we just put Bill Cosby in jail, right? With no, confirmable evidence, but all based off of a plethora of stories that we all presume to be true.
I cannot confirm that there was no hard evidence against Bill Cosby. I am not familiar enough with the case. I feel like if the nigga got sent to jail,
that's the narrative that's being pushed out there right now. I'm not saying that's what I think, because like similar to you, I don't know. What I'm saying, that's the narrative that is being pushed out. The rape, there weren't rape kit results, there wasn't, matching semen, there wasn't signs of forced entry or, anything like that. So the conviction piece of it is what, some people are now questioning, I guess you would say.
Man, I'm looking at this picture of Bill Cosby, man. This dude is just, I cannot believe they put this old ass nigga in jail, man.
Like, and that is exactly why people are making, why people are making the statements that they're making.
Like, nah, but at the end of the day, you do the crime, you do the time, man. You only doing a couple years. I mean, if he really did as much as he was accused of, I mean, this nigga getting off light. Hey, if Bill Cosby was white though, how would black people feel about his sentence? How would we feel about a 80-year-old white dude who has a history, or an alleged history of sexually assaulting and raping women by drugging them over decades, and then he get a trial for one of the more recent ones, and they give him 3 to 10 years, and everybody like, well, he most likely just gonna do the 3, and he most likely he might get out before that. Well, black people, would we think that's reasonable? Or will we be like, you know what I'm saying? He getting off easy. Most likely we'll say it's because he's white.
Yeah. I think I said this last week, I think we're gonna see what happens when all of these other people who have gone down to the Me Too movement, when their trials come up, if they have trials. So if they have trials, number one, and then the outcome and the fallout from their trials, I think this Bill Cosby sentencing and everything that's gone along with it will shed a lot of light. And I think how the American people view the outcome of this Kavanaugh situation is also going to tell us a lot. Because if this nigga gets out scot-free and, you know, Bill Cosby's wife is already fighting, you know, the judgment that he's been handed down, I think it's going to get even more sticky when we talk about victim blaming and victims, you know, not being taken seriously. And I think, you know, all of this stuff could shake the Me Too movement to its core, because it will send a message that, yeah, you can come out and you can admit that, hey, somebody did this, and this, but that don't necessarily mean shit gonna happen to them. Whereas before, you know, once a person got hung in the court of public opinion, oh, it was over with. But now it's like court of public opinion is fickle. It's just like the internet, which is essentially what it is. Like, yeah, motherfuckers is mad, but we don't need to forget Bill Cosby went on a full tour after the allegations came out. Like, he just finished his tour like not too long ago, like within a year. So he went back out on the road after the Bill Cosby situation came and all of these women came out and they did the 60-minute special and all of that shit. So I don't know, man. It's a slippery slope between court of public opinion and court of law.
I mean, it's, you know, Kavanaugh ain't gonna have to deal with no court of law. Like, it's just like, damn, is he gonna get the job or not? Like, is this going to, you know, tarnish his name? I mean, it could tarnish his, I guess, profession already. But you know, that old girl ain't got no case against him, you know. And obviously I think it's outside of the statute of limitations. But I mean, like you said, man, I mean, the outcomes of this, it is, I do agree, it's gonna be huge as far as where we go from here. You know. But Bill Cosby, I mean, a lot of people are gonna consider this a big win, you know, for the Me Too. You know, cause what's her name trial? Don't he still got a trial? The nigga who started it all, Weinstein.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I think he has I don't know when it's set for, but I believe he has a trial.
So I think he looking
a
at
looming
legit
trial.
time. Yeah, like, you know, so he could go to jail too. Hey, but you want to know who really mucking this up, bro? President Trump. This nigga talking about some, you know, we live in a scary time, you know, when a man could be accused. I'm like, dog, I cannot believe. Like, he a fool. Like, he just love to say the wrong thing. And it's just so crazy. It's just crazy. Like, he is definitely he is not one to say the right thing at the right time, you know. So it just makes him just a much more dislikable person. Like, he really don't have to be so dislikable. But then, you know, maybe it just really speaks to who he is at his core. That he really ain't shit.
Oh yeah, he really not shit. And the fact that, you know, he did that fucking he did that speech in Mississippi basically mocking the lady in her testimony. And then it's like, bro.
I know his publicist, like, bruh, or whoever. I'm sure it's not a publicist.
Nah, bro.
I mean, I don't know what that is for the president. I think
they so brainwashed, bro. At this point, whatever he do, they just roll with it, bro.
I mean, you know, like, from the jump, they was like, okay, ain't no way we even gonna get into the White House because of the shit that this nigga doing. We have no control. And then they like, damn, we actually got in. Oh my gosh. Then he became president. They was like, Trump, bro, you gotta stop tweeting. Like, you know, if you want to be considered a serious president, you have to like stop tweeting the way you be tweeting. Trump said, fuck it, I'm gonna keep doing it, and the nigga still gonna love me. And guess what? The nigga still love him. He ain't losing no support. He doing fine. This nigga continuing to tweet recklessly, and now he giving speeches recklessly.
Bro.
I mean, come
And
on.
his press secretary came out and doubled down on what the nigga said in the speech and was like, he didn't say anything to mock this woman. He stated facts.
Hell no.
Straight facts.
Did you see
Factoid.
did you see the video of Trump? And he was, I guess it was like a press conference, and he had called on a woman, and I guess, I don't know, like the clip picks up of him just talking about like how like she seemed so surprised that he called on her. And she was like, um, I was not, like I wasn't surprised, like I was not. And then he said something like, I'm sure you weren't, or he said something that was like really smart. And then she was like, pardon me? He was like, nothing. But he just said it over the mic. It was just so funny. And he was like, yeah, ask your question. I'm like,
Bruh,
this
he a
nigga
real
Trump,
live,
he too comfortable, bro. He too comfortable.
Bruh, he a real live ain't shit ass person, bruh. Like,
Hey, maybe
and
that's
not
why I
the
fuck
ain't
with
shit.
him, man, because I ain't
Not
shit.
like the nah, cause you gonna have to clean that up. I keep telling you, bro, you fucking up the brand.
It's like, I don't know.
Nah, nigga.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. If you don't got niggas like me, challenging your thought, I mean, you just gonna think the same shit.
So anyway, because you're starting to sound like the person who we're gonna talk about next.
My hero.
Kanye.
Me and the faculty members. When are you gonna do the song?
No, I'm gonna see you again. No, I'm gonna see you. Where your goddamn book bag at? Goddamn fourth grader.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, bro. What is going on with Kanye, bro?
Hey, Kanye. This is a peculiar dude, man. Like, for real. Like, it's just so interesting following this dude.
Tell the people what's going on.
So,
I don't even know how to put it into words.
It's like, he was on SNL. He been rocking the MAGA hat, his redesigned MAGA hat. I just want that to be clear. So not the original Donald Trump MAGA hat, but the redesigned Kanye, Yeezy MAGA hat. So it's a little slimmer. The brim is a little different. With the what he had, the Kaepernick shirt on or something, and then he also had a Free Hoover shirt on. He's been I don't know. It's the MAGA thing. The MAGA thing is really the only thing that's like hurting him at this point. I don't know if he didn't really say anything else that was off the wall other than just, the fact that he's trying to rebrand the MAGA hat. And it's like, I really understand what he's trying to do, but it's just, he got to understand that it's just, there are some things that are just never going to come across the right way to people. So I know he got a goal. I just don't think he's going to accomplish his goal by trying to rebrand the MAGA hat, specifically because of the wording on the MAGA hat of saying "Make America Great Again." You know what I'm saying? And they've said it to him in like a past interview that's been kind of recent. That's like, if you just change the wording, maybe people will like it. If you want to do your own hats that say "Make America Great" or something that's different, then people can rock with it. But people are just really not gonna rock with you. Trying to rebrand the MAGA hat. It's like, I understand what you're trying to do, but you saying you're gonna rebrand it, but you still supporting Trump though. So then it's like it's very conflicting. It's like, are you rebranding it, nigga, or are you repping it? Like, that's just something that's not clear. And I don't even think, Kanye really got a grasp on what he's really trying to support. But I don't know, it's just not a good look. The MAGA hat is just not a good look. The wording on the hat is like I just said. I mean, it's questionable. It's just like, what are you trying to say? And we all know what they're trying to say. So it's just like, that cannot be rebranded. And I know that's his goal. And I know, he say niggas trying to bully him into taking it off. It's just like, I don't know, bro. I don't really, I be rocking with Kanye for the most part, but I can't get with the MAGA hat. I can get with the 13th Amendment. I can get with that. I can't
Oh,
really,
please explain.
I can, because I mean, like I said, and like I said before, Kanye is definitely not the one that should be, speaking about these things. Because he just is not good at really saying what he's trying to say. But in terms of the 13th Amendment, especially when they just talk about amending the portion, that's just in regards to they're saying that there can't be slavery unless, pretty much you've been, jailed for a crime, and how, they kind of use that as a loophole to use labor in jail systems. Like you got these prisoners that, I mean, for the most part, they wouldn't consider them slaves, because they are getting paid, even though I think even in slave times, like there were certain slaves that were getting paid. It's just they weren't getting paid, like they were getting paid very minimal. But you know, using that loophole as, I mean, it gives there a reason to keep jails full of people, because companies are depending on these laborers, to be doing their work. And so they're depending on prisoners, which gives more reason to obviously incarcerate people, which is, part of the issues with mass incarceration. But, you know, obviously the first thing that Kanye says is we need to abolish the 13th Amendment, which, I mean, on the surface just sounds ridiculous, and that's why I just think he be, you know, understand what he trying to do. But also, I think it's a good thing that he doing it anyway, because it's giving niggas a reason to be like, okay, let me look up exactly what the 13th Amendment is, and let me see what the hell he even trying to say. Because there'd be certain niggas that would never even learn what the 13th Amendment was. But now Kanye and said some shit about it, and niggas like, okay, let me go learn about that.
They just seen the documentary, bro.
I mean, but the thing is, it's like that documentary was so powerful, and anybody who may be listening to us right now, you have not, please go to Netflix and watch the 13th documentary. I mean, that's still I mean, it's a positive thing, to say that there should be something done about it, regardless of if it's coming like in a weird way. Because it's gonna be niggas that just come and cleared up. Like, I don't know, like this is not a nigga who you should be leaning on to be explaining things fully.
Yeah.
And it is detrimental because, I mean, I wouldn't say it's detrimental. It's just like, he has such a platform. We all know that the platform could be used in a better way. But also, if he was really representing all these issues like the way they are, niggas probably wouldn't even listen to him. Like, let's be honest. Like, we got black people who advocate for this shit all day, and they really get no traction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if Kanye come and kind of talk about it, obviously he talk about it in a crazy way. But, I feel like it spreads that message to like it gets the message out even more. Because if he was trying to get it out the way that we want him to get it out, it probably wouldn't even get out the way that it's currently getting out. Because Kanye understands the Kardashian way of shock value. Like, shock value is what's going to bring the people to come look and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Not the typical, man, black people oppressed, man, we need better. White people so tired of hearing that. But they might come listen to Kanye speak some nonsense, but then they might, pick up on really how bad the 13th Amendment is, when they never gonna watch the 13th Amendment documentary on Netflix. They don't give a fuck. Sorry, white people.
Damn, cuz.
I love y'all. I know it's tough.
I didn't know that's what we was doing.
Nah, but I mean, that's just the cold hard facts.
Just went off.
That's just the cold hard facts.
Go off, Queen. Go off.
Maybe this what it take, bro. Maybe this what it take for, niggas to, do some research. But yeah, this just the MAGA hat thing. I'm just like, Kanye, you my guy, but dude, like it's like I understand what you're trying to do, but it's just not gonna go the way it should go. And I also don't understand what you're trying to do because of the wording on the hat. It's just, I don't know, man. It's like you can't do to the MAGA hat what we did to nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like how we just like took that and made it ours, and you know, like and we gave it a different type of, you know, power and energy. Like that. I don't know if there's anything else that could be done like that. Like some real like white shit that's anti-black and we make it not anti-black no more. I don't know, man. But yeah, that shit on SNL was fucking awful. It was like the worst Kanye appearance ever. The performance with Lil Pump, niggas couldn't stop cussing. Shit was bad and it was laughable. It's hard to see the GOAT like this.
Oh, is that what he is?
A GOAT, a GOAT, a GOAT. There's multiple GOATs. Let's be honest. A GOAT. Then he pushed Yandi back. It's rough, man. I was looking forward to that.
You act like
What I act like, bro?
You act like you really looking forward to Yandi.
I was, bro. I was like, okay, Carter 5 L, okay, but when that Yandi dropping though, I really was like, I'm trying to hear that Yandi. I'm always down for some new Kanye. Cause I know the potential it has. Every Kanye release could potentially be hard as hell. You know what I'm saying? Cause he had previewed that song on Instagram. I mean, obviously lyrically it was awful, but the beat was too hard.
So you thought
Hey, I thought that shit was dropping. That's what I thought. And then he talking about they going to Africa. I'm like, dog, I'm done with this nigga. Kanye said, yeah, man, we pushing it to November. We gonna drop it Black Friday. You know, I just need to go to Africa, touch the soil. I'm like, dog, you said that shit dropping Saturday. Like, you said it this week. I'm like, I don't know, man. He an interesting dude, man.
Bruh, we gotta understand that clearly Kanye is off his meds right now. And if you see the way did you watch the full TMZ interview?
I saw a good bit of it. I don't think I saw
If you watch the full, like, before he sits down outside with him, while he's sitting down outside him, then afterwards,
3 different Kanyes.
Yeah, bro. Like, I know since I've tried to, chill out on my Kanye rhetoric because, he had said that he suffers from mental illness and things like that. So we want to be sensitive to things of that nature. But, if he say he's taking medicine for it and he's doing these things, like, I think the people close to him may need to do a better job of monitoring what he does prior to going on these platforms. Because I think the TMZ thing, because a lot of people have been saying, it's a publicity stunt just to basically, showcase or promo for Yandi, to stay in our faces, stay in the news, troll us, to continue to troll us, because he came out and said he the biggest troll ever type shit. Like, I think it's easy for those narratives to be continued when the people around him who are supposed to be in their right minds don't properly manage him and what he needs to do before he goes to these places. Because the Kanye we saw at that radio station, where I felt like for the first time we actually heard like the old Kanye, was not the Kanye we have seen at Saturday Night Live, and definitely, not TMZ for the most part.
It's like, why did he keep going to these platforms? First of all, Saturday Night Live is just not what it once was. Like, so you ain't even got, I know that's been a big part of his career, but just forget SNL. And why he keep calling TMZ? Niggas don't care about TMZ. I guess they do. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Well, the general TMZ for everybody is like the shade room for black people on social media. So TMZ is still gonna break news. TMZ still, TMZ is like a reputable source now that people call when shit happens, like when people die or people almost overdose or something happens, they call the TMZ offices. Like they call News Channel 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, like 7. TMZ is on that list of people that they call.
I mean, why not call Shade Room? Hit them up. Do a special with them.
You know, him and Charlamagne have a special coming out on mental health, sponsored by Time, I believe.
I saw that. You think Kanye actually gonna make that?
What you mean?
I mean,
Like, is he gonna come?
Yeah, like, is he gonna come? I don't know what this nigga gonna do. It's hard for me to think.
I think he's gonna
It's hard for me to
come.
think he really gonna do this shit down.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come. My fear is I don't know which Charlamagne we're going to get. A Charlamagne Kanye West interview on mental health is something that I think the culture needs, but we have to have a balanced Kanye, and we have to have a non-dancing ass Charlamagne. Like Charlamagne gotta actually ask the questions and have the conversations that people want to hear, not talking to Kanye as if this is friend to friend. Because I feel like when he went up to, you know, Wyoming and they did that whole interview, bro, it was just like he wasn't really asking him shit, and he was letting him off the hook.
The one in California, I'm not familiar with the one in Wyoming.
They didn't go to, was that in Calabasas?
Oh, when they was on his land and stuff.
Yeah, yes, I thought that was Wyoming.
I thought that was in California, because they was at his office too. They went to his home, didn't they? Thought that was all.
Yeah, but I think they did the actual interview in Wyoming. Well, parts of it, because they.
I could definitely be wrong, so I apologize for correcting you.
Either way,
if I'm wrong, if I'm right, then fuck you.
We can agree. Fuck you too, nigga. We can agree that Charlamagne did not give the best interview that we needed at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so with this, like, this can be very powerful because, you know, mental health, mental wealth, you know, all of that stuff is, I don't want to say it's trendy right now, but that's what's being pushed. And in a lot of ways, I think Black people need that. But what we don't need is for these two motherfuckers to get on TV or on the web platform, whatever the hell they gonna use, and dance around asking each other the real questions and talking about the real issues that need to be discussed. Or talking about it in such a way where niggas is like, bruh, I don't give a fuck. Cause if I'm listening to that TMZ interview, bruh, Kanye started reading the GLC, you know, note that was sent to his phone. And then after that, it was like, bruh, I'm like, you're not talking about this. You're talking about this in a way in which you're trying to make yourself sound like you know what the fuck you talking about, and you don't. So I would rather you talk about it in a way that you can understand, in a way that I can understand, and maybe we can get to an understanding of what the actual facts and what you are trying to convey, instead of trying to do all of this politically and theoretically and philosophically correct shit. Like, at that point, people just be like, bro, all right, Kanye bullshitting again, y'all.
I mean, this nigga cannot speak, bro. He just cannot speak, bro. He just cannot speak. He cannot speak effectively. He is not an effective speaker at all. 0%. You know, when he used to be cool with Hove, he used to always be like, you know, he like Hove because Hove can speak. He can speak well. He can get his ideas out. People understand. Kanye just is unable to do it, you know. And I could see him trying to, you know, like you said, like reading the thing from GLC, you know, asking other people, like, you know, to confirm stuff. But it's just when you releasing information, he just go from one side to the other. It'll just be like he'll talk to somebody and then he'll like release a statement. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be thinking about something and just like, you know, go on a big thing about that. Somebody will put an idea in his head, and he'll just, just go off with it.
Which does more harm than good oftentimes than not.
Correct. I agree.
So what we gonna do about Kanye, bro? Are we still,
I mean, we just gotta wait it out, man. That's all we can do. I'm still waiting on that Yandi though. I mean, I don't know what y'all waiting on.
I'm not waiting on Yandi.
Waiting on that Yandi, man.
You ready to get into some sports, man?
Yeah, man. Let's get into some sports.
So
you got the sniffles.
Yeah,
more editing for me. Woofy.
Man, this damn season, the season's changing, man. I gotta.
It's still warm as hell here though.
That shit kicking my ass, bro. But yeah, man, like I was getting ready to jump into before you so rudely interrupted me. I whooped your ass this week.
You said what?
What'd
you say? What'd you say? I can't hear you. I can't hear you over the ESPN ticker.
Y'all remember all this shit Acee was talking last week in fantasy about, how he was gonna sweep the league, how he was not taking no L's because he ain't new to this, he true to this. Last week I was just like, oh shit, I gotta go against you, Acee. Okay, well, fuck it. Let me tell y'all what happened. I whipped this nigga ass.
I mean,
and when I
would not say that you whooped my ass. I mean, it was still pretty close.
Oh, so I ain't whoop your ass.
It was still pretty close.
I did not. How close was it?
I mean, it was about 30. It was about 40 point different. But in our league, that's close. And in the way our points are set up, that's pretty close.
Is it?
I mean, if Jared Goff don't just go off. You have no shot. I knew
Jared Goff was gonna go off.
No, that's why nobody knew he was gonna do what he did.
I knew he was gonna go off. That's why I started.
Nobody knew he was gonna throw
the
5
facts
touchdowns.
of the matter are you took that L, bro. Just take the L and go. Take your L and go.
I did take it.
And let me bask in the greatness of beating that ass because you was talking all that shit when we started this motherfucking league. And guess what? You came up against he hate me, and you know what you did?
What I do?
Hated me because I beat that ass. Tapping that ass. That's what happened, sir.
Like, I clearly have the best team in the league. You got lucky, nigga. You got lucky.
You can't get lucky. What you tell me the other week? You can't cheat in fantasy and you can't get lucky in fantasy.
Nigga, there you go. Know what you're doing.
You gotta know what you're doing. Gotta know what you're doing. So guess what? I knew what the fuck I was doing.
I didn't say that. Just putting words in my mouth as usual. That's all you niggas want to do. Yeah, but shout out to you, man. You got the win. You still not you're still not ranked as high as me. I think you tied for 4th or something. Tied for 2nd. My team still
nigga, that's because I had a bye week. You still got an L and I got an L. How many L's you got?
1.
How many L's I got?
1. But how many dubs you got?
Let's call a spade a spade.
All right, nigga. Let's see what you do next week, nigga. You gonna be 2 and 2.
I got 2 dubs. I got 2 dubs. You feel me? Because I had a bye the first week. And I'm just out here, cuz. Gang.
You got no shot. And the rest of the league, y'all got no shot. I clearly had the best team in the league. It's not even up for debate. I'm putting up hella points. Week by week.
You ain't put up enough points last week.
I couldn't do nothing with Jared, man. He just went off. Nigga, I couldn't do nothing with that. So, and he played on Thursday, didn't he? So, it's like the game was over after that. After Thursday. It was wild.
Anyway, what happened this weekend in the real NFL?
Patrick Mahomes.
Still on the tear.
That nigga on the truth. Y'all heard that nigga speak yet? No, okay, right after this, I'm going to play some footage of this nigga speaking. Oh my gosh. Have you heard this nigga speak? Please tell me you have, bro.
No.
Bro, look it up right now. Like Patrick Mahomes, like just speaking. I mean, it's gotta just already be like a topic. Like
mimicking his voice, not that that's anything new for him. Yeah, I have. I've heard it since I was in like 7th grade. So, but it's something that I've kind of embraced. And the guys, Kelsey, Tyreek, and those guys throw some shots at me, but don't worry, I throw shots back.
Well, he's got a unique voice, right? I mean, so it's unique. Go ahead. Go next question. Froggish. Yeah.
Helps when you have the receivers and the weapons.
That nigga sound like he sound like a young Ed Ordron.
For real. Go Tigers.
Goddamn right, roll tide. Goddamn it.
Hell no.
Had to throw the goddamn pass. You feel me? I was going to get goddamn woo. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, a cowboy out here.
Shout out to him, man. Then there was
with your boy Baker. What about Baker Mayfield?
They took that L, man. I heard they got robbed though. I ain't see the game, but I heard they got robbed though. What's up with that? You heard about that?
Yeah, they said they took a first down from him. But I mean, Baker had 4 turnovers, 2 of which I will say were not his fault. But I mean, ballers ball. I think it's not really his. It's not his fault because the defense gave up 45 points.
Correct.
So let's just get that understood right there. It's not his fault. And the fact that they only lost by 3 tells me, had the defense simply done their job, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But the flip side to that is he had 4 turnovers. So, I mean, when you fucking up, you fucking up. So I think the blame is twofold for them. I can definitely see the potential that they have, though, as a team. Like, they gonna make some shit shake.
I mean, you know, they could easily be 2-2 right now. You know, they just had that tie. So,
yeah, man. And is it just me, or is this like the first year in a long time that the NFL is doing ties?
No, they've been doing ties, bro. You know, it usually be like 1 a season though. It usually be 1 tie a season.
So when did they get rid of like the double overtime shit,
Bro.
like the double overtime, triple overtime shit?
Bro, it's been a while, bro.
Has that not been a thing?
Like, I'm not sure if that's ever been a thing in the NFL.
Damn.
Like it is in college, you know. But I think NFL has just always been 1 overtime. But I could be wrong though. I could be very wrong. But as far as I can remember, like I can just remember like, you know, watching the NFL game being like, damn, niggas ain't going to double overtime. And that was just a super long time ago.
You might be right, man. You might be right. Anything else big going on in NFL?
Nah, nothing that I can think of that's big. Other than Le'Veon Bell, they saying that he might come back by week 7.
But where?
To the Steelers, bro. He said that he committed to the Steelers. Unless they trade his ass or something.
I needed this nigga to leave. He needs to leave.
I mean, I just think it's interesting that, you know, he's going ahead and saying, look, I'm coming back week 7. It's got to be like some reason that he's specifically choosing that week to come back. Probably something in his contract or something. Good.
True, but I think if I'm him, I wouldn't come back. Because, you know, this past week, the nigga from the Seahawks, Earl Thomas, got hurt.
Yeah.
And, you know, he didn't even want to fucking still be in Seattle. He gets hurt. Now, like, this whole situation is fucked up. And so, you know, he's getting carted out the field. And he flicks off. He flicks off his sideline.
Ultimate, like, fuck you.
Like, ultimate disrespect type shit, right? And then, you know, the captain of, you know, the Seahawks defense comes out and he's like, you know, if he doesn't come, then he's not a team player. If he does come and gets hurt, then he shouldn't have came. If I was him, I'd be pissed off too. So when you talk about, like, I think this is exactly why Le'Veon Bell is doing what the fuck he doing. Because as a running back, you have a finite number of years for you to be that nigga in the league. Once that time has gone, they don't give a fuck about you. So if I'm Le'Veon Bell, I'm going to continue to sit out. Because they'll have, like, the thing that the Steelers don't understand at this point is that backup running back they got, yeah, he good, but he not Le'Veon Bell. And it's showing.
I mean, Le'Veon, he the best. He the best running back in the league.
So when you the best and you having a face-off with an organization like the Steelers, you put them in a situation, either y'all come to the table and meet my demands or trade me. If they trade him, I guarantee you whoever they send him to, or if they release him, whoever he goes to, they gonna pay him what the fuck he want. Cause he still got at least 2.5 years of being that nigga in him. And all he wanted to he wants guaranteed money. Which if I'm him, I would too. Cause if you look at this Earl Thomas situation, like, bro,
nobody want to be in that position.
Nah, bro. Nobody. And the thing of it is, in football, that shit is literally one play away. Regardless of your position, you could be hell, a punter, and be one play away, one missed block from getting decked and your shit being over. So it's like, bro, I don't think Le'Veon should come back until either A, he's satisfied, or B, they trading him. Because I don't think that he can just, I know he missing out on like $865 a week. So that's, not small change. I get that. But if he can afford to sit this season out, I say do it. Because I think if it goes past week 7, you start getting into week 8, week 9, and the Steelers record is going the wrong way in the losing column, they gonna do something. They gonna have to do something. Because Ben ain't what he used to be, and AB can only do but so much.
True. But I mean, I know Le'Veon is like, yo, I mean, I think he's just choosing to come back because he like, I've made my point, that I'm, it's like, it's just, he's like you were just saying, running backs normally don't have a long life. They refusing to pay him the money that he need. So obviously he's sitting out because, it's just, you don't want to be like Earl Thomas. So I'm not even going to be out here playing with y'all if y'all ain't even going to pay me the money that I need. But at the same time, it's like, if the Steelers don't want me, it's like, you can sit out a season and teams be like, well, we know what you did, a season ago or something like that. And, but it's going to be hard for them to pay you without, seeing that immediate, like, what did you just do? So it's like, I sat out because I was trying to get the money, but I came back week 7 and say he does have a great rest of the season, barring no injury. It only increases his chances of really getting the money that he wants, which is the ultimate goal, like to get the money. So for that reason, I think he's saying, I'm going to come back and play starting week 7. Because maybe it's just about, securing the bag, man. Even though you could still secure the bag by sitting out the season because you had a history of being the best. I mean, you are the best. But I don't know. He is taking a risk by coming back, though. Like, even though he still waited out, still taking a risk. But it's clear the Steelers need him, though. And he want to play with the Steelers. It's clear. Just need them to do right.
If I'm him, I'd say fuck the Steelers, bro.
Hey.
Fuck the Steelers. Send me somewhere where I can get my money. Because if we being honest, I do not foresee the Steelers having a chance to win the Super Bowl. That's just me being very honest.
Well, Le'Veon
I don't
come back, man. I don't know.
Like, I think they've clearly shown that they're gonna look out for them. They're gonna look out for their best interests. So he gotta look out for his.
I mean, it's like, I think they offer him 70 mil, maybe like 17 guaranteed. He was just like, man, fuck that. And then, they may be thinking like, nigga, we just offered you 70 mil. If you do your job and, meet the little requirements, then you'll get the full thing. And he's just like, man, what Le'Veon is doing, I mean, he's just trying to pretty much change, the culture of the NFL deal, which is something that's kind of been going on because all these NBA niggas really getting to the bag ever since they new bargaining agreement came into effect when everybody started getting paid. So, he gotta kind of be the sacrificial lamb, man. And Pittsburgh obviously want to be like, nigga, we ain't going. You know what I'm saying? We got AB, but maybe they'll eventually give in. But I could have sworn like they was just going through the same thing last year. So I don't know.
Leave, bro. Leave.
Do what thou wilt, man.
And that's all I'm going to say. What else we got? Oh, did you see the new look Houston Rockets? Melo
I didn't get the chance to watch
balls.
that, but I did see, a couple clips. But I saw a clip of Melo hitting a 3 too. So apparently he did some good out there.
I just need Hoodie Melo to show up.
That would never happen. So I don't know why you would think that would happen. Melo never gonna be the truth again. He just gonna keep getting worse and worse. But his confidence gonna keep going up and up. He gonna think he colder and colder than what he really is. But I mess with Melo though. He just needs to be a complimentary player.
I don't know, man. I still got hope.
I mean, that's good, man. It's good to have hope.
The audacity of it.
It's good for the soul, man.
Nigga.
So
I wanna feel like you trying to troll me.
Why you say that, bro?
But the fact that I know you so fucking serious.
Real talk. It's good to have hope. I had hope Tiger would win again. When a lot of people, when you saw the video, niggas said he would never win again. I'm like, nah, I think he too good to not win again. And he won again. Now everybody on his dick.
I mean, what else? So is that all we got for sports?
That's all I got.
All right, man. So let's wrap this up. This has been another episode of the After 5 podcast. Thanks for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe on Apple Music. Comment, rate us on Apple Podcasts. Comment, rate us on SoundCloud. Share us on your timelines. We appreciate any and all of the feedback, all of the support. Shout out to the homie Blake and me and the homies podcast. And that's all I got, man. It's your boy Nate B.
Your boy Acee, man. Peace.
Holla.